Hello guys, welcome to RevSportz, and this is a very special episode. We all know recently our Indian under 23 football team has produced an impressive show in the AFC under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers. I know they missed the qualification by whisker, but despite that the show they have put on the pitch against Qatar, Bahrain and Brunei, they made us all of us proud. And I'm very fortunate to get the head coach of the India under 23 team, Naushad Moosa sir, and we'll talk about the recent campaign, and also 9 footballers from that under 23 team has been selected for the Indian senior team probable. So we'll talk about that as well. Sir, 9 players from your batch, from the under 23 batch, has been called up by Khalid Jamil for the upcoming camp of Indian senior team. So that shows how they have performed in Qatar. So your thoughts on their selection, and do you think they have the potential to make it to the main squad if they get a chance?
First of all, thank you for having me. Uh, of course, it's a great thing that this youth getting an opportunity to have a camp with the senior team. It's always nice to see the youngsters getting promoted up. Yes, if you see, if given the opportunity, they can do better there. Now it depends how they perform and make a impact with the team.
Okay. Coach, after a long time, we have witnessed the under 23 team is acting as a pipeline for the senior team. Because over the last few years, we haven't seen such kind of performance, such gritty performance from these under 23 boys. But finally, they have produced an incredible show. In the near future as well, it will work like that. I mean, what's the conversation between you and Khalid sir before this team selection?
See, first of all, it's something good that these boys are getting an opportunity to get into the senior team. And then, as far as Khalid is concerned, I didn't get to speak much with him because he's also new and he straight away got into the Kafa Cup, and I didn't have much interaction with him. I was busy. I just came back yesterday from Qatar. I'll be definitely talking to him about these 9 players. Maybe he will need some feedback about the players. Definitely, he will need. So I'm yet to speak to Khalid.
Okay. Coach, generally in last few years, whenever our Indian team, say it's senior or junior, whenever they have played against some heavyweight Asian teams like Qatar and Bahrain, we have seen them playing with a defensive approach. We have seen them playing with a low block, all that. We have never seen them, going out in attack and all that, playing neck and neck with their opponent. But this under 23 team has shown such character and grit. So, what's the backstory behind this? I mean, what was your message to the boys in the camp from the very first day?
See, the first trip we had was we went to Tajikistan. We played against Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan. So that's where we started our preparation for the qualifiers. The message from the beginning was to play against top opponents like Qatar, Bahrain, and the approach was the same. It was always we don't sit back, we don't get scared. It's very important we believe in ourselves, and we have a attacking approach. We need to understand our opponent. First of all, very important, we respect our opponents.
Okay.
We don't we take them serious, and it should be that they make an impact in such a way that they should get scared of us. Now, if you see the way the boys perform, it was fearless. They the most important thing I try to make them understand and never be scared of losing. So that approach really helped us because we got to play against Iraq. We got to understand how good we are actually are. If we believe in ourselves, we can really achieve great heights. So that approach really helped, and you saw the result. It's very
Absolutely.
important. The boys are talented. They have the potential. Only thing is for them to understand their potential and believe in themselves that they can achieve great heights.
Absolutely, and it was clear on the pitch from your boys. But I would like to talk about two moments from this AFC Under 23 Asian Cup qualifiers campaign. The first moment is against Qatar. Suhail scored the equalizer, and India was very much on the track to get at least a point from that game. But then the controversial penalty, that helped Qatar to win. I'm not asking you to talk about the controversial penalty, but what you told your boys after that game to comfort them. I mean, that was such a heartbreaking moment for them.
Yeah, see, the first thing I had to speak with them was the next game, which was very important for us, the Brunei game, and the target we will have against Brunei, because I was sure we will need goal average. Definitely, we'll need to have a goal average. And the first thing I told the boys was the next game, the last game, will be more difficult than the preparation we had for Qatar. Because in terms of mental preparation, because we know we are going to win, and that will make the team more relaxed. So it was very important they take this game more seriously. So that was the first thing I could tell the boys, because I knew what was ahead, what we needed, the amount of goals we will need to qualify to be at the second best, and then waiting for the result of Bahrain and Qatar, which is not in our hand. So what is in our hand, I can speak about that. That's the most important thing. And the approach was good. The players, it was not that we didn't try. The players gave their best. I had no complaint about what the players did. But yes, when you talk about the controversy, I don't want to speak about the goal. Yes, the first thing I did was sat with Param. I showed him the video. He's a young boy. Yeah, he's a young boy. He should know, because we all know what can happen in such situation against Qatar. So I just showed him the video. I just showed him how and where the attacker is moving. Not towards the goal, he's going away from the goal. So what is needed, because again situations can come, such situation can happen.
Yeah.
So it's important for him as a youngster, he is a very good defender. So there are little details which you need to understand. You can start blaming the referees, you can start blaming the player, you can do a lot of things, but it's in our hand. We can control our emotions. we can That's in our hand. So as a youngster, he should learn all this, which will help him in the senior team now. Definitely, it will help him.
Absolutely, great insights, sir. And everyone is talking about that controversy regarding the penalty, but you said the one of the best thing that you taught Paramveer that how he could have avoided that penalty. Great insight, coach. Another moment was after I think the Brunei game. India did their job against Brunei, but they had to depend on the result of Bahrain versus Qatar. And fortunately, Bahrain was leading against Qatar, but in the dying minute, Qatar snatched the game. So, what was the exact reaction from your boys in the camp? I hope that everyone was glued to the screen to watching the match. So what was your message after that match, when the campaign ended in a heartbreaking moment?
After the game, I spoke to the boys. See what is we just the result was in our hand. Scoring. I had given them a target. We needed at least 14 goals.
Yeah.
14 goals, and it would have helped us. But it's not that the boys didn't try. Of course, they tried. So after the game, it was just that thing which everybody felt that we could have done better. And then after that, we had to wait for the result. If we had done our job against Brunei, we had planned something, which for the first 10 minutes we did it. After that, we lost focus. We started getting frustrated. It's normal. Uh, because boys desperately wanted to do things. So, and the frustration came in when you saw Brunei 10 men. inside the box, and it becomes very difficult. It's not there. It's not that they didn't try. Of course, the boys gave everything on the pitch, and that particular day, it was so hot and humid, and the players were really exhausted. And then we all sat after the game. We were in the hotel watching the game, Bahrain game, and there were a few players like Param, Sahil, and all sitting and watching with us. And of course, we were just praying, and in the 90th minute, when Qatar equalized, we just lost the hope. And that's football. That's the game. You know,
Yeah,
it's waiting for other result was our mistake. If we had done our job, we don't have to wait for that result. We would have been
absolutely.
through. Yeah, but that's again a learning moment. But a good opportunity been missed. That will always remain.
That's true.
And of course, the boys now understand how important things are. To work on small details. Definitely. My only regret will be, because I wanted to prepare for the Asian Games as well. So being in this final stage, it would have helped me get more games, and then
Mm,
so my aim will be now and talking to the AFF to give me more matches in the windows
exactly.
where I get some friendlies and I can prepare the team for the Asian Games, and we can do something better in the Asian Games.
Exactly. That was my next question. The bigger picture is the next picture is obviously the Asian Games, a prestigious tournament, a great big stage for you boys. So, what's your plan next with these boys? I mean, what initiative should AIFF take for this team?
See, if you see, the most important thing what we have done was we have taken a lot of young boys. I was not thinking about the short term, thinking about long term, where we have players of 2005, 2006 bonds, which can remain with us for 3, 4 years. So that was one thing in mind, and then now let's see. I'll have a meeting with Mr. Kalyan Chobe and Mr. Satya to understand what is the future plan for this team, because it's very important. It's very important. I get to have more camps, more friendlies, but with strong opponents. I don't mind losing. I'm not scared of losing. It's
Absolutely.
only it's only that we get better opponents and we start improving. That's how we understand where we will stand. And playing strong opponents really helped us. Like how we played against Iraq, we played against Kyrgyzstan, we played against Kazakhstan. That really helped us to have this performance in the Asian Cup. So if you want to be something or do something in Asian Games, we need strong opponents. We need more good games and few camps.
And in this team, I think apart from two or three, most of them will be playing in ISL as well. Do you expect them to get more game time, for their confidence?
Of course, I've been telling this from the beginning, because it's very important that youngsters be more smart and choose the team wisely. Uh, they should play, because it plays a big role when they come to a stage where you're representing the country and you need to make a lot of decisions on the pitch. Sitting out, or and again, most of the players were from the reserve squads, who are playing RFDL and all. If you see the list,
Yes.
uh, Harsh Palande, yeah, Ricky, they have been playing development leagues, and the way they perform. So you can see the potential they have. Now the only thing is they should be smart enough to choose a team where they'll get to play and they get to perform. They should not be sitting on the bench, and that will not help. That will not help the football. So it's very important. All these young players start looking for clubs. Not bad playing I League also. At least they'll play. It's very important they play and they develop. Just taking up some big clubs, big money won't help them. They are young now. They should not look for money now. They should look for playing time.
Big statement from you, coach. Big statement. My last two question. My second last is obviously Khalid Jamil has again called Sunil Chhetri into the national team. But how long he will shoulder the goal scoring responsibility for our nation. We need a replacement, right? Khalid has given opportunity to a lot of footballers in the Kafa Nations Cup, but none of them, yet to show that character on the pitch. But from this under 23 team, we have seen footballers scoring goal, field goals especially, which the national team has failed to score over past few months. So, do you think any guys from this batch can address that weakness in the senior team? I mean, Parthiv Gogoi has got the call up, Shuel has got the call up. So, if given a chance, do they have the potential to shoulder that goal scoring responsibility? Do you see a clinical goal scorer in them?
Of course, if you see Parthiv and Mohammad Sohail, even Sanan, they have that in them. They have that hunger. Only thing is now in ISL or I League, if you see, these are all foreigners playing as strikers. Even Sunil, yes, he's more experienced now, so he plays from the left or right, and he gets inside, and he's there. He knows how to get the goals. So these are youngsters, and when we were having the camp in Bangalore, Sunil was there for training. All the training he was there. He used to train with the boys. He used to work with them. He used to talk to them, and before we leaving, he even had a meeting with them. So that thing really helps, and it's always a motivation for the other players when he's around. And as you say, do we need him? Of course, why not? And
Yeah.
then it's very important these youngsters try to pick up things. It's not about goal scoring. It's about being professional. It's about how you take care of yourself, how you approach your training sessions. Forget about the game. I'm talking about the training sessions. It's very important how you approach the training session. You just don't come there, train, ho gaya, chala jayega. No, it has to. You need to be hungry in the training. That's when you can see it in the game. Which I always talk to Sohail, Parthiv, and all. So we need to have that hunger in the training for us to perform in the match. So Sunil brings that in the training.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, my last question then is are the Indian coaches writing a new chapter in Indian football? I'm asking this question because over the past few years we have seen most of the Spanish coaches dominating Indian football. In ISL, most of the team having Spanish coaches, but recently we have seen Khalid Jamil giving result. Now you have been selected as the Indian team coach, under 23 team coach. Khalid Jamil has also been selected as the national team coach. Clifford Miranda is close to joining the Chennai FC. So in the near future, will we see more Indian coaches in Indian football, taking that bigger responsibility?
I would be happy to see that more Indian coaches coming in, and then this was just one tournament where we performed. Now, what matters is if we show that consistency. If I'm able to do much better, if not, then it was just a you can say good luck. It's very important how I work in future. That will show my potential. Otherwise, it's very important. I maintain this result. I maintain this, and I be consistent. Uh, if not, I'm not a good coach. So very important, very important. We work hard, and then I don't want to compare Indian coach, foreign coach. Coaches are coaches. They always give their best. Yes, when we talk about Indian football, when we talk about Indian coaches, it's very important. It's very important we start believing in ourselves. We start working hard and be focused. Of course, if you see Khalid also, he first tournament got the result, and
Yeah.
then under 23 doing well. So somewhere it's not that we are bad coaches. If given an opportunity, we can give the result.
Exactly. Do you think that there's a better connection between Indian coaches and Indian players when it comes to the dressing room? I mean, just asking.
Of course, what happens is we understand them much better. It's not that the foreign coaches won't understand, of course,
No,
but somewhere we understand their behavior more.
got it.
much better than what the other
Oh,
coaches can really think about, because the
okay.
mentality, when we speak about the mentality, the way they speak or way they do things, maybe we can understand much better.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for giving us time. I mean, in between training, we have joined this conversation, and it has been a great conversation. Thank you once again for joining us. And already, we have been doing a great job for the Indian football, and hope you will continue to do so. Best of luck for the upcoming tournaments.
Thank you so much.